Eric Schmitz is on the mound tonight. And he'll face off against the Green Bay Storm, who stand in first place atop the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. The Storm stand at 3-1. They have a game-and-a-half lead over the A's, who stand at 5-2. Storm have played 3 less games in the New Bowl so far this season. A's looking to cut into that lead and make it just a half a game after tonight's victory. And defensively tonight for the A's, at first base it's Mitch Sutton. Second base it's Hunter Berry. Brad Young playing short. Harry Stelt is playing third at the hot corner. In the outfield and left it's Mark Warner. Chris Saltzman is in center, and Josh Moses out in right. And doing the catching for Schmitz tonight, it's number 30, Weston Nelson. And the lineup for the Storm tonight, it'll be Mitch Egan to lead it off, Kevin Grant batting second, Riley Spetz batting third. Stuart Larson will clean up, batting fourth, Kyle Mrozinski batting fifth, and Tyler Brown will bat in the sixth.
Leading off for the Green Bay Storm,
and at the bottom of the order will be Eric Burr batting seventh, Chris Wilkowski batting eighth, and Ethan Bartles batting in the ninth spot. Now we are just about set to begin as Egan steps in, and the first offering from Eric Schmitz is off the outside, and it's 1-0.
Watch his call. He snapped that. Yeah, it is 1-1.
Actually, a 1-1 count. The first pitch was a strike, and now the second one misses offside. Now that one misses inside off the glove of Nelson.
It's right on. It's a little short snap.
Now 2 balls and a strike. From the windup, the 2-1, and that one is fouled out of play over the A's dugout. 2-2.
Bueller.
Just underway. A's taking on the Green Bay Storm. Now there's a curveball hit right over to Stelt. Little cue shot, and he'll make the throw in time for the 5-3 putout. And it's quickly one up, one down for Schmitz. And that'll bring up the first baseman.
First baseman, number 3, Kevin Grant.
It'll be Kevin Grant. Bats from the right side. Well, there's a called strike, and it's quickly 0-1. Breaking ball missing in the dirt. Blocked by Nelson, 1-1. Well, there's a fastball. This is a pitch in the dirt. So 2 balls and a strike.
I have no idea. I named something there.
Oh, a fastball lined foul. That was right into the Storm's dugout. 2-2. Now the 2-2 misses down and away. It's gone full to the second batter of the inning. It's 3-2. And now the payoff from Schmitz is grounded to the left side. Brad Young will pick it up and throw it low, and Sutton can't scoop it out. That's an E6. A low throw from Brad Young allows the first base runner of the ball game.
Shortstop, number 19, Riley Spetz.
So it'll be Riley Spetz now, a runner at first base. Now that pitch gets away from Nelson, and that'll go to the backstop. That'll be a pass ball. Allows the runner to go to second. It's a 1-0 count.
Somebody go down there and wake up our team.
So the Storm have a potential run at second base with 1 out in the inning. And the 1-0 is a fastball. Swung on and missed. Got in on his hands. So 1-1 the count. Schmidt's now working from the stretch. And the 1-1. Another swing and a miss. It's a 1-2 count. Now Nelson will have a quick chat with his pitcher. Just underway, no score. Top of the first, runner at second. There's 1 out in the inning. Now here comes Schmitz with the 1-2. A swing and a foul tip, just got a piece of it. Did Spets to stay alive as the count stays at 1-2. Now the 1-2 coming again. Fastball swung and fouled straight back. So we'll do another 1-2 pitch. As we just get underway, current temperature 67 degrees, mostly blue skies, with a slight breeze towards left center. Now that one is grounded to the right side of a little cue shot. Barry will pick it up and he'll throw quickly to get the runner. At first, Kevin Grant moves up to third on the play, but there are now 2 outs in the inning.
Third baseman, number 20, Stuart Larson.
So it'll be Stuart Larson, the cleanup hitter and third baseman tonight for the Storm, with a runner 90 feet away. And there's a breaking pitch at the bottom of the zone, a called strike, 0-1.
Who's Lucas?
And now the 0-1 is a fly ball dumped into left. That'll be a base hit. And the Storm take a 1-0 lead. It'll be an unearned run.
Yes, I am. I'm just looking at it. Yeah.
So the Storm strike first. They take advantage of the error by Brad Young.
You can move your game up if you want.
It'll be an RBI single.
Catcher, number 1, Kyle
7?
Mrazinski.
And it'll be Kyle Mrozinski, the catcher now, with a runner at first base.
Yeah, I'm going to keep your phone on.
Schmidt should have been out of the inning, but an error by Brad Young to the second batter of the inning allowed Kevin Grant to reach, and a few batters later he scores on a single. The first pitch now to Mrozinski is popped up.
Yep.
Hunter Berry will give way to Josh Moses as he comes flying out of nowhere and sort of falls down as he makes the catch, but the out is recorded and the A's are out of the inning.
Okay.
But an unearned run comes across in the top of the inning, so we will head to the bottom half of the first. A's trail early by 1 as they come up to bat.
not doing the announcing, but I'll pass it on.
It's the bottom of the first inning, and the A's
Leading
are
off
coming
the
up to
bottom of the
bat.
first for the Sheboygan A's, the right fielder, number 36,
I'm not
number
sure he weighs
37,
that.
Josh Moses.
And Josh Moses will lead it off. On the mound, it's
This is
Chris
my grandson's
Wolkonski.
cousin.
The pitcher on the mound for the Storm. And the first pitch to Moses is a fastball inside, 1-0. Moses back in his usual top of the order after batting in the 3 spot yesterday. And now he looks at one in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Had a good game yesterday, was not retired. He doubled twice, and a couple of RBIs, and also scored twice.
Not gonna shake the nerves.
Now he misses one again down low. Does Wolkonski. 3 balls, no strikes to the A's leadoff batter. A's trail 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Moses takes that one. It's a fastball on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Now the 3-1 is popped up on the infield. Making the call and the catch. The second baseman, Ethan Bartles. And that is the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down to begin it for the A's on offense. And it'll bring up Mark Warner.
Left fielder, number 16, Mark Warner.
Rest of the lineup today for the A's, it's Harry Stout to follow. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. It's Mitch Sutton, Adam Ryan to DH, and then Brad Young in the middle of the order. Chris Salzman will bat 7th. Hunter Berry batting 8th, with Weston Nelson batting in the 9th spot, as now that one is lifted in the left, playable, and caught. So the second out of the inning by Mitch Egan, a lazy fly ball.
Third baseman, number 19, Harry Stelt.
So 2 up, 2 down, and it'll bring up Harry Stout, who's acting as the interim manager for the day. Derek Lumens is unavailable for today. And Stout takes a called strike, 0-1. Stout playing third base today as Wolkonski steps off. Now the 0-1 is a pitch off the outside, 1-1 to Harry Stout. Now the 1-1 is hit in the center. It's playable. And making the catch is Tyler Brown in center field. And that will end the inning. So the A's go in order. In the bottom of the first, we've completed an inning. We go to the top of the second. The A's trail as the Storm lead 1-0.
number 7, Tyler Brown.
The center fielder will lead it off with the Storm as Green Bay leads 1-0. Eric Schmitz is back on the mound. First run came in the last inning was an unearned run. So there's a swing and a foul straight back, 0-1. 0-1 from Schmitz. There's a curveball on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-2. This is the 5th start of the season for Eric Schmitz. So the curveball is lifted in the center. Smallsman back, and he'll make the catch in medium deep right center. Drifting to his left, and that's the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down. It'll be Eric Erb
Right
now.
fielder number 10, Eric Erb.
Schmitz has 1 complete game. He's gone 23 in the 3rd inning so far this season. He's given up 8 total runs, just 5 earned. He struck out 37, walked 7. He's got an ERA of 1.93. So he gets a called strike, 0-1. Curveball missing inside, evened up at 1-1. Fastball missing down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Schmitz from the windup, the 2-1 is hit to the right side into the net, and it's evened up. It's now 2-2. Schmitz works from the first base side of the rubber. Now the 2-2 is a liner right to Barry at second. He'll play it on a hop and throw over to first in time. Nice job by Barry to stick with it and get the out. It's a 4-3 ground out, and it's 2 up, 2 down.
Pitcher, number 8, Chris Volkonski.
So now it's the pitcher, Chris Volkonski. No DH for the Storm. And it's a fastball for a called strike, 0-1. Another fastball, this time on the outer half. About thigh high, 0-2. Now there's a pitch in the dirt, and that'll move it to 1-2. Score is 1-0. The Storm lead. Just underway. It's the top of the second. That one misses down low, 2-2. Now it's suddenly gone full after Schmitz got ahead 0-2. It's a full count to the pitcher Volkonski with the 9-hole hitter Bartles on deck. And Schmitz pours in a fastball right at the knees on the inside corner for a called strike, and that will end the inning. The first K of the evening so far for Schmitz, and we've gone through an inning and a half. A's will come up in the bottom half of the second as they trail, score 1-0. Mitch Sutton will lead it off in the bottom half of the second inning. A's trail by a score of 1-0. Sutton at first base today. Now he swings and hits a ground ball foul past the third baseman. And it's 0-1. One from Wolkonski, misses off the outside corner. And it's evened up at 1-1. It's the middle of the order. It's Sutton, Adam Ryan, and Brad Young. For the A's in this inning is now it's 2 balls and a strike because that one misses high and away. Now the 2-1 coming. There's a line drive into left. That'll get down and that'll get past the left fielder and roll to the fence, and Sutton going to get in with what will be ruled a single and an error. Mitch Egan played it poorly in left field. It bounced right through his legs and rolled
Designated
all the way to
hitter,
the fence.
Adam Ryan.
So a base hit for Sutton. The error allows him to go into scoring position, and the A's trying to tie it up here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Adam Ryan, the left-handed batter, as Wolkonski now working from the stretch as that one is fouled out of play to the left side, 0-1. Ryan DHing tonight for Sheboygan. And he takes one down low for ball 1. It's 1-1. Wolkonski comes set. And the 1-1 misses inside. Came in with a fastball, couldn't catch the corner. It's 2 balls and a strike. Wolkonski works from the third base side of the rubber. Right-handed pitcher for Green Bay, and now Ryan rips one into center. That's a base hit. And third base coach Tim Moyer waved initially Sutton around and then decided to hold him out. It was probably a good choice. It was a strong throw from the center fielder Tyler Brown. One of those cases where Adam Ryan hit it too hard.
Shortstop, number 13, Brad Young.
But the A's now have 2 runners on. There's nobody out in the inning, and it's Brad Young. So Sutton at third base. Ryan at first. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside to Brad Young. Playing shortstop tonight. Wolkonski, a little quick look over to Ryan at first. Now he's set. And now it's a ground ball to the left side. Played by the shortstop as he'll go to second for the force out. And it's a fielder's choice, an RBI for Brad Young. The A's tie it. It's now 1-1. It was a play in the hole for the shortstop Spetz, and his only play was second. So Adam Ryan is
Center
put
fielder,
out.
number 26, Chris Saltzman.
Goes as a fielder's choice 6-4. Young at first base, and he gets credited with an RBI. Now it's Chris Saltzman who takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. It's the first out of the inning. The pitch misses up and away. It's 1-1. Another one missing high and away. 2 balls and a strike to Saltzman. Game now tied at 1 apiece after the RBI fielder's choice by Brad Young. Just the bottom of the second inning, and now Saltzman lines that one deep down the right field line and just foul. Saltzman got out ahead of it and had a good rip at it. Just couldn't quite keep it fair, so he'll have to go back. It's now a 2-ball, 2-strike count, as Young will go back to first base. Now he rips at one, another one down the right field line, and this one will be a little more foul than the last one. Last 2 pitches, Saltzman has gotten out ahead of just a bit. Has hit them both hard, but foul. So it's another 2-2 count coming up. Now the 2-2 is a little looping line drive that'll fall in front of the right fielder. That's a base hit. So Saltzman, after 2 hard line drive foul balls, able to just dump one in front of the right fielder.
Second baseman, number 15, Hunter Berry.
Eric Erb initially had a little trouble trying to pick that ball up, but no more runner, or the runners don't advance past one base. So it's Young at second, Saltzman at first. 1 out in the inning, and it's Hunter Berry. As he takes one near his eyes, it's 1-0. One look like a changeup for a called strike. It's 1-1. There's a pitch in the dirt. 2-1. Wilkonski gets his sign. Taking a long look to the runner at second, and he's coming to the plate, and Barry got one up and in and fouled it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Wilkonski ready, he comes set. And there's a curveball that's lined right to the shortstop, and Spetz makes a leaping grab and then gets Brad Young off of second base. And that's a double play to end the inning. It goes a 6-4 double play. And that will do it. We will go to the top of the third as the A's did bring in 1 run. And we have a tie ball game as the Storm will come up to bat at the top of the third inning. the bottom of the order. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Storm. Ethan Bartles, his first at bat, playing second base,
Is he doing the extra Lions game?
and he fouls it straight back. And it's 0-1. Schmidt's working now in a tie game. It's 1-1. Now the 0-1 swung on a miss, the pitch in the dirt. So Schmidt's quickly ahead of the leadoff batter at 0-2. And there's a fastball. That one just missed the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Top of the third inning. Now there's a curveball in on the hands of Bartles. He'll hit it to the right side. Barry will pick it up. The second baseman will throw him out in time. And that's the first out of the inning.
Back to the top of the order, left fielder, Mitch Egan.
So now it's Mitch Egan, the left fielder, who's grounded out. In his first at bat, he's 0 for 1. Now he grounds that right back to Schmitz, who initially grabs it and then loses it, and then able to pick it up and make the throw in time. So it's a 1-3 ground out.
How about excellent?
It was great reaction by Schmitz to get a glove on that ball,
First baseman, Kevin Grant.
as he had to reach across his body to grab that one. Did drop it for just a moment, but it was hit so hard back at him he had plenty of time to regather it and make the throw in time. So 2 up, 2 down, and now it's Kevin Grant, who scored the first run of the ball game as he swings and misses. There's a fastball up in the zone, 0-1. Now it's quickly 0-2. Grant reached on the error by Brad Young, eventually went to second on a pass ball, and then scored on the base hit by Stuart Larson. So that one is down and away, blocked by Weston Nelson. Now the 1-2 pitch is a fastball hit to the right side. Moses will give it a look, but that'll be out of his reach. That'll be on the dirt track in the foul territory, part of the right field foul line. So we'll do it again at 1-2. And there's a pitch in the dirt, blocked by Nelson. Moves the count back even, 2-2. Schmitz from the windup, and a curveball swung on and missed. Put it on the inside corner and at the knees, and he swung over the top of it. That's the second K for Schmidt so far this evening. And he goes 1-2-3 against the Storm. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. In a game that's tied, score is 1-1.
Sheboygan. The catcher, number 30, Weston Nelson.
The catcher for the A's will lead it off. It's Weston Nelson. And after him, it'll be the top of the order, Josh Moses and Mark Warner to follow. The first pitch from Wolkonski misses off the outside. It's a ball and no strikes. The game is tied at 1. He's tied it in the last inning. On the fielder's choice RBI, ground out by Brad Young, as now Nelson hits that one foul. It was way over the A's dugout. 1-1. Now Nelson hits a hard ground ball. The third baseman will pick it up, and Larson throws him out in time. And that is the first out of the inning. So the first batter grounds out to a 5-3.
Josh Moses.
And now it's Josh Moses, who popped out to the second baseman in the first inning in his first at bat. As he takes one off the outside, it's a ball and no strikes. Now quickly 2 balls and no strikes after that one misses down and low in the dirt. And now the 2-0 as he got one in on the hands of Josh Moses and another ground ball to the left side, and the third baseman Larson will pick it up again. That's the second 5-3 ground out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down.
Left fielder, Mark Warner.
So now it's Mark Warner, who flew out to left. He's 0 for 1. And he takes a fastball below the knees for a ball, 1-0. Now Warner quickly ahead as he takes another one out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the 2-0 to Warner is fouled to the right side. That'll be on the New Jersey Avenue. It's 2-1. Now Wolkonski comes inside of the 2-1, and that'll be straight back onto the roof behind the grandstands behind the home plates. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Warner. There's 2 outs in the inning. The A's and the Storm are tied at 1. And now it's a full count after that one misses off the outside about thigh high. And it's going to be a 3-2 count with 2 outs. And the bases are empty. Now there's a ground ball up the middle. And off the glove of Spetz at short. That'll be an E6. Spetz had it in his glove and then just straight dropped it.
That was a little disconcerting. He wasn't listening out of the box.
So the A's get a 2-out base runner on the error by Spetz, the
Third
shortstop.
baseman, Harry Stelt.
And it'll bring up Harry Stelt. Who got his career hit number 300 last night. Now he takes one off the outside for a ball. It's 1-0. He flew out in the first. That ended the inning. Now he takes a called strike at the knees. 1-1 the count with Water at first base. Now a pitch a little high and in off the plate. And Steltz sort of had to back off a bit, trying to avoid contact with the pitch, and it moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. Now that one misses off the outside, and now Steltz ahead 3-1 with Mitch Sutton on deck. Both teams have 1 run. A's with 3 base hits. Storm with 1. The Storm has 2 errors committed so far. The A's have committed 1 error on defense. It's now Steltz on the 3-1. Gets underneath it and he pops it straight up. Spetz will make the catch at short. And that will end the inning. So the A's get a runner with 2 outs on the error, but they cannot bring him across to score. So we'll head to the top of the 4th, and we are still tied at 1. The Storm shortstop Riley Spetz leads it off in the top of the 4th in a tie ball game at 1. And on the first pitch, he hits to the left side. Brad Young makes the play in the hole and makes a nice strong throw. A flat-footed strong throw over to first.
Third baseman, Stuart Larson.
As he had to make the play in the hole.
There was your opportunity.
Excellent.
I already played it.
Play it again. I didn't hear it the first time.
So a 6-3 ground out after the nice play by Young to get the first out of the inning on the first pitch. And now there's a curveball for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Stuart Larson, who singled in the only run for the Storm, and now he lines one up the middle. That's another base hit. He's now 2 for 2. So he'll stand at first base with 1 out.
Kyle Rosinski.
And it'll be Kyle Rosinski, right-handed batting catcher. And Schmitz will now work back from the stretch. And the first pitch is right through the legs of Nelson. That'll go all the way to the backstop. And that'll allow him to go up to second base. That's a pass ball. There's a fastball at the bottom of the zone. And it just missed the glove of Nelson and went right through his legs. So it's a 1-0 count, runner at second base. Rosinski's flown out to right in his only at bat. He's 0 for 1. And there's a curveball. Perfect pitch. That just caught the outside edge. 1-1. Now a fastball this time. Try to catch the outside corner again, but this time he missed by an inch or so, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Now another pitch inside. This one will get away. So the runner will move up again. And that might be ruled another pass ball. It's now 3-1. The second pass ball of the inning. As now the corner infielders will move in to try and cut down the potential go-ahead run at home plate. As there's a swing and a miss on a fastball. 3-2 the count. It's a full count to Kyle Rosinski. There's 1 out in the inning. Now the 3-2 has popped up. That'll be behind home plate. That'll be out of play. So another payoff pitch upcoming. Schmidt's a bend at the waist. Now he comes set. Around chest high. And a fastball just missing the outside. That'll be ball 4. That'll be a walk that allows Rosinski to go to first base.
Center fielder Tyler Brown.
So with a base open, not the end of the world. So it'll be Tyler Brown now, runners on the corners. It does allow for a potential double play. Now there's a called strike. 0-1 to Brown, who's flown out to center. This is his second plate appearance of the evening. There's a nice breaking pitch off the outside. Swung on a missed. So quickly 0-2 to Tyler Brown. Stuart Larson led out the inning with a single and advanced to second and then third on 2 pass balls within just a few pitches. He stands 90 feet away, representing the potential go-ahead run. We're in the top of the 4th in a 1-1 game. Now that one misses just off the outside, 1-2. One-two curveball swung on and missed. That's the strikeout. The 3rd of the ball game for Schmitz. And now he needs 1 more out to get out of the inning.
Right fielder Eric Erb.
So now it's Eric Erb. Runner still in the corners. Now the middle or the corner infielders will now play back at their normal positions with 2 outs, and that runner at third base. As that one misses down low for a ball, 1-0.
Nate Free, cameraman, WSCS TV.
Huh?
That guy. One of our cameramen.
Ooh.
That kid in the yellow shirt.
The 1-0 is a curveball. That misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. There are 2 outs in the inning. The game tied at 1. Fastball misses high, about letter high. So 3 balls and no strikes. Schmitz wants to avoid walking the bases loaded here. And he'll miss down in the dirt, and that's what he'll do. He'll load up the bases after that walk.
Pitcher, Chris Wolkonski.
So the second walk in the inning. It's the bases loaded. There are 2 outs in the inning for the
He's got
pitcher,
an A's t-shirt on.
Chris Wolkonski. And it's a fastball on the inside corner. And it's 0-1. Wolkonski struck out looking in the second inning. That was the first of 3 strikeouts so far from Schmitz. Now that one misses down low. Nice block by Weston Nelson. Keeps the potential time or go-ahead run from scoring from third. Moves the count to 1-1. And the 1-1 is a fastball. It was right at the knees on the outer third. One ball, 2 strike the count. And a fastball, he put it in the same spot, and Wolkonski let it go, and that's a strikeout. And Schmitz leaves them loaded with 2 outs. And we will head to the bottom half of the 4th now. And the A's and the Storm are still tied. Score is 1-1.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Sheboygan A's, first baseman, Mitch Sutton.
We're tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Mitch Sutton leads it off in a game that has been tied since the bottom of the 2nd. And the first pitch is down and away, and then it will get away from the catcher as it moves to 1-0. Sutton singled and advanced to second on the error by the left fielder. He eventually scored on the RBI ground-out fielder's choice from Brad Young. And we've been tied since that, as now it's 2-0 after another one misses outside. Now Sutton hits a hard ground ball to the third baseman. Larson will pick it up. And the throw, and looks like it initially pulled the first baseman Grant off the bag, but he's able to get his foot back on the bag before Sutton gets down the line. So that's a ground out, 5-3. And it's one up and one
Designated
down.
hitter, Adam Ryan.
So it'll be Adam Ryan now. We get a line drive right up the middle into center in his first at bat for a base hit. He's 1 for 1 so far. Now the 1-0. And he's got another base hit, another line drive, a hard ground ball as that one bounced at the edge of the infield dirt.
Shortstop, Brad Young.
So Ryan is 2 for 2. It's a 1-out base runner, and it'll be Brad Young, who's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Now he grounds that one to the right side, might be a double play, and it will be a double play as it goes 4-6-3. Taylor made from Bartles, the second baseman. He flips it to Spetz.
Need you to take
Then
a
the
look
throw over to
at
first.
your game day program. I have
Will beat Young. So the A's getting 1-out base runner, but a double play gets them out of the inning. So we've completed 4 full. We will head to the top of the 5th. And we are tied. It's 1-1. Top of the 5th inning.
I want to stop the music.
Game is tied at 1, and the first pitch is hit into right. Josh Moses will settle underneath it and make the catch. So Bartels flies out on the first pitch of the inning, and it'll now be the top of the order.
Leadoff hitter, left fielder, Mitch Egan.
It'll be Mitch Egan, who's grounded to third and to the pitcher. Now the first pitch is 1-0, as Egan is 0 for 2. Now a fastball for a called strike at the knees. On the outer half, it's 1-1. Now another called strike. Similar location, outer half, at the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-2. Now he's swinging a pop-up. That'll be out of play over the A's dugout. And we'll do it again. It's still 1-2. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. There's a strikeout for Schmitz. And that's the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down.
First baseman, Kevin Grant.
The 5th K now for Schmitz. We have 2 outs in the 5th. No, it's Kevin Grant, the first baseman, and the first pitch is a curveball missing high for a ball 1. One fastball misses away. 2 balls, no strikes. Game tied at 1 apiece, top of the 5th inning. And there's a swing and a miss, a fastball up in the zone. Grant couldn't catch up to it. 2-1. Now a pitch missing just low and maybe just off the outside. Moves it to 3-1 with Riley Spetz, the shortstop, on deck. Call strike. Came in with a fastball down the middle at the knees. Count now full. And now here comes Schmitz with the payoff. A swing and a miss. A late swing. Put a fastball on the outside. Kevin Grant wasn't looking for a fastball as he swung late at it. It's an emergency hack, and it's the end of the inning.
And it is our Niesfeld double Brock inning.
So Schmitz now has 6 Ks as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Double Brock.
And this game is still tied between the Storm and the A's. It's 1-1. Chris Saltzman will lead it off in the bottom half of the 5th. Bottom of the order, 7-8-9 for the A's. As Wolkowski's still on the mound, giving up just 1 run. As he takes one inside, does Saltzman 1-0. Chris Saltzman has got a base hit. He's 1 for 1. As now he's quickly ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-hole grounded to the right side. It's a foul ball. In the first base coach's box, it's 2-1. It'll be Hunter Berry to follow, and then Weston Nelson to bat third in the inning. Now the 2-1 is hit deep into right field, and that is just foul. Banged it off the fence down the right field line, but just a few feet foul. That's the 3rd time in 2 at-bats that Saltzman's got out ahead of a pitch and hit him hard down the right field line. Can't just quite keep him fair. So it's a 2-2 count. Now that one misses inside and low. So it's a full count. It's a 2-2 count, excuse me. Now a curveball is lined into center. That's going to drop. That's a base hit. So Salzman is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. So a leadoff base run for the A's. And it'll be Hunter Berry, the second baseman.
Hunter Berry.
He's grounded into, or he's lined out into a 6-4 double play. And a line drive that was snagged out of the air by the shortstop, Spetz, who then flipped it to the second baseman covering to double off Brad Young. It came back in the second inning and ended the inning. Now he's ahead is Berry at 1-0. Now he swings and goes down to one knee as he hits that one foul. So he hit it well, but well foul. 1-1 to count. One ball, one strike to count. And now Berry squares to bunt, and he gets a good bunt on the first base line. That's going to be an infield single. Everybody's safe. With a runner at first, that was not a sacrifice. He was trying to bunt for a base hit, and he put it in the perfect spot.
Catcher, Weston Nelson.
Put it down the first base line on the infield grass, and that grass helped keep it fair. Volkowski was the only person that could have made a play, and he got to it quickly. And but Berry with good speed able to beat it out. And Grant, the first baseman, was also off the bag a little bit, who thought he could make the play. But it wouldn't have mattered. So an infield single on the bunt. So after a meeting with the Storm manager, it's Weston Nelson who squares the bunt, pulls it back. As if this is high for a ball, it's 1-0. Nelson looking to bump the runners over, put 2 runners in scoring position for the top of the order. Now he bunts that one foul. It'll go into the netting, and it'll move the count to 1-1. Ball and a strike. Nelson squares the bunt early, and he pops it up right back to the pitcher. So that'll be a pop out. Luckily, none of the runners were doubled off.
Right fielder, Josh Moses.
So it's now runners still at first and second. There's now 1 out in the inning. It'll be Josh Moses, who for the first time in a while has been kept off base. He's 0 for 2, and now he hits a little dribbler up the middle, and the throw from the second baseman will be in time. So that'll put runners at second and third.
Left fielder, Mark Warner.
For Mark Warner. Moses didn't hit it all that well. Bartles, the second baseman, made the play on that ball on the infield grass right in front of the second base bag, and his only possible out was to get Moses, and he got him in time. So Warner will step in. It's 2 outs, but there are 2 runners in scoring position now as the first pitch misses high near his eyes. It's a ball and no strikes to Warner, who has reached on an error and he's flown out to left. He's officially 0 for 2. Now he's quickly ahead 2-0. Game is tied at 1. A's trying to grab the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. As no Warner pops that one up behind home plates, and that'll be out of the reach into the stands. So it's the first strike, moves it to 2 balls and a strike. Now a 2-1 fastball is hit out of play down the right field line. Another foul ball, and it moves the count even. 2-2. Volkonski is set after he gets his sign. And the 2-2 curveball is at the bottom of the zone. It's a called strike. And the A's are put away in the inning. So we head to the bottom half, or the top half of the 6th. The A's cannot score one in the bottom of the 5th.
It is time for our fan favorite.
And it's tied at 1 between the Storm and the A's.
Betts.
Riley Spetz will lead it off. In a 1-1 game, the only run that Schmitz has allowed was an unearned run, as he misses with a curveball. A ball and no strikes. Now a fastball hit deep into right center. Saltzman will play that one off the bounce, as that one will go all the way to the fence, and that's going to be a leadoff triple. Spetz jumped all over that fastball. He missed a home run by just a few feet.
Houston, we have a problem.
By the time Saltzman could get to it, the runner,
Now we have the third baseman, Stuart
Spetz,
Larson.
was already rounding second base. So trouble for Schmitz and the A's. The go-ahead run for the Storm will be 90 feet away with nobody out, and the first pitch is fouled from Larson. Larson is 2 for 2. He's singled twice. On the 0-1 from Schmitz, fastball swung and a miss, 0-2. Now a pitch in the dirt, swung on a missed, and ruled a foul tip. So Larson just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Now the 0-2. That pitch misses low. 1-2. Nobody out in the inning. Now there's a curveball that's lined in the left. It will hang up, and making the catch is Warner. The throw will not be in time. That'll be a sac fly and an RBI as the Storm take a 2-1 lead. So Schmidt able to get the first out of the inning, but it allows the go-ahead run to
Catcher
score.
Kyle Brzezinski.
So Stuart Larson has both RBIs for the Storm, and it'll be Kyle Mrozinski who's flown out and walked as he swings and fouls that one into the net. 0-1. Fastball misses up, and maybe just inside. 1-1. Now a pitch in the dirt blocked by Nelson. 2-1. Now a curveball, and that one is a fly ball that'll fall in front of Saltzman. That's another base hit. So now a runner at first with one out in the inning. And it'll bring up Tyler Brown, the center fielder.
Center fielder Tyler Brown.
Brown is 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out to center. In a game that the A's now trail 2-1. A's have actually out-hit the Storm 6-4. Now it's a swing and a miss from Brown, 0-1. Storm also has committed 2 errors to the just 1 error committed by the A's. Pitch missing down low. Schmidt's waiting, and he's set, and the 1-1 offering. Curveball, a called strike. Inside corner, 1-2. The second run allowed by Schmitz, but the first earned run. Now there's a swing and a hard ground ball that'll go past Harry Stelt into left field. That'll be another base hit. It was a ground ball, but he did hit it hard, and he put it in a good spot. Another few feet to the right, and that's probably a double play or at least a 5-3 ground out. Instead, it's 2 runners on with 1 out in the inning.
Right fielder Eric Erb.
So after the triple and sac fly, back-to-back base hits. And it's Eric Erb, the right fielder, who's walked and grounded out. And he's quickly down 0-1. One swung on and just off the end of the bat fouled. 0-2. Now the 0-2, curveball misses high. So 1-2 the count. Now he's swing and a miss as that one was a swing and a miss. It was dropped by Nelson. But with a runner at first, strikeout is automatically recorded.
Pitcher Chris Wolkonski.
So no 2-3 putout necessary with the base at first occupied. So it's the second out of the inning. And now that pitch is grounded up the middle. Brad Young will pick it up and step on second for the force out. And it will end the inning. So Schmitz gets out of it with just one run. Could have been worse. But now the A's trail will go to the bottom of the sixth. And the A's bats will need at least one to tie it. It's 2-1 as the Storm lead. A's trail 2-1 as they'll have their middle of the order Steltz, Sutton, and Adam Ryan. They tried to tie this game up and maybe even take the lead. They trail 2-1. And Steltz takes one off the outside. It's 1-0. Chris Wolkonski is still on the mound at the bottom of the sixth. And Steltz looks at a called strike. It's 1-1. Steltz is 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped out. His third plate appearance. And he moves ahead 2-1. As that one is off the outside. Now it's 3-1 to Steltz. Now the 3-1 is grounded to the left side. The third baseman Larson will pick it up, and the throw will be in time. That's the first out of the inning. 5-3 the putout. And that will be Mitch Sutton now.
First baseman, Mitch Sutton.
first pitch. This is low, 1-0. That one scoots to the backstop. To Sutton. Line into right, that will fall in front of the right fielder, and it gets by him. That'll go all the way to the fence. Sutton around first, and he will go to second. It'll be a single and an error on Eric Erb. So that's the second time that Sutton has singled and advanced in an outfielder's error. In the second, he singled in an error by the left fielder.
Designated hitter Adam Ryan.
Allowed him to go to second base, and now an error by the right fielder allows him to go to second. So the A's have the tying run at second base. The last time Sutton had a base hit was in the second inning, and he eventually scored. And at that time, it also tied the game, made it 1-1. Ryan, who was 2 for 2 with 2 hard-hit singles up the middle, takes a called strike on the inside, 0-1. Ryan, the DH tonight. Batting for the pitcher Schmitz. Now he hits that one high, but medium deep, and that will be caught in left by the left fielder Mitch Egan. And that's the second out. So now it's Brad Young.
Shortstop Brad Young.
Young has grounded into a fielder's choice that resulted in an RBI. And he's hit into a 4-6-3 double play. He's 0 for 2. Now Young hits that one high into left center, but playable. And the center fielder will make the call, and he'll make the catch as Tyler Brown. So the A's get the tying run at second base, but the next 2 batters fly out, and it will end the inning. So we've completed 6 full innings. We go to the final third of this ballgame, innings 7, 8, 9 coming up. And the A's trail. Storm lead 2-1. The A's have a new pitcher as we begin the top of the 7th. It's Rodney Valdez. This is his 5th appearance. Made a few starts in 19 in the 3rd innings. He's got an ERA
Ethan.
of 2.33. He struck out 22 in those 19 and the third innings. He's also walked 11. He's allowed 7 total runs. 5 of them are earned. And he'll have the top or the 9-hole hitter and then the top of the order to lead it off. It's Ethan Bartels, the second baseman, who's flown out and grounded out and 0 for 2. And the first pitch is outside from Valdez. Valdez is a left-handed pitcher. And he gets the fastball by Bartles, 1-1. After Bartles, it's Mitch Egan and Kevin Grant, the 1 and 2 hitters. There's a swing and a miss, and 1 and 2. One-two from Valdez. Swung and a miss, the fastball on the outside. So the first batter that Valdez sees, he strikes him out.
Leadoff hitter and left fielder, Mitch Egan.
It's Mitch Egan now, the left fielder. He's struck out, he's grounded out, and flown out. First pitch fastball misses high.
Hey, Marty.
A ball and no strikes.
Hey, CJ.
Too bad I didn't bring that in.
That one misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes.
I only got a permit. I think I have it in my folder for tomorrow's meeting.
I'm going to be there. You can bring it tomorrow.
I will.
Mouse is not going to be there.
And it's now quickly 3-0 after Valdez misses with the first 3 out of the zone to the leadoff hitter, Mitch Egan. There's 1 out in the inning. We are at the top of the order.
That's a good way to get elected president. Miss a meeting.
That's right.
And now Egan will take one off the outside. That's a 4-pitch walk.
First baseman, Kevin Grant.
So now it's Kevin Grant. So after Valdez strikes out the first batter, which is something he does a lot, he walks the next batter, which is also something he has done a lot this season.
Yeah, I saw you guys down there.
So it's Kevin Grant, and he takes a called strike at 1-1. Grant grounded out, or grounded into an E6. Eventually scored a run. He's also struck out twice.
Health-wise, I'm doing pretty good.
Valdez, a slight bend to the waist, set near the waist, and there's a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, it's. We're talking about extended period of time. We're talking about doing instead of
Score 2-1. The Storm lead over the A's. In the top of the 7th. Storm with 5 hits, A's with 7. Now a pitch misses down and in. Blocked by Nelson, keeps the runner at first. 1-2 the count.
A friend of mine from Chilton, teacher, he's retired now from me. Whenever they went to learn stuff at a campus or something, I would watch.
On the 1-2 with the runner going is swung on and fouled. Was off the pole.
Huge collection of shirts, you know, from all these different colleges. We were at Williamsburg a couple of years ago.
So with the runner off on that pitch, you'll have to go back after the foul ball.
It's really a nice campus.
We never really got.
Just
on
going to see if Egan will
those.
be off on the pitch again. This time he holds, and it's a ground ball to Brad Young in the hole. His only play is first, and he'll get the out in time. For the 6-3 ground out, first out of the inning, or second out of the inning. Egan goes up to second, and it's now Riley Spetz.
Shortstop Riley Spetz.
In his last at bat, Spetz got a pitch, a fastball from Eric Schmitz,
You do any of my dates?
and he hit it
You want to do it?
deep in the right center, off the fence, and he tripled. Eventually scored a run on a sac fly.
CJ was saying
That's
that
where the 2-1 lead
wants to do
for the Storm has come from. It's 0-1 after the
CJ,
swing and a miss.
Are you saying this job or that job? Intern.
Wait, what?
For an intern, doing field announcing or TV announcing? You said there was an intern chopping on the bit to want to do.
Oh, they're not here.
Oh,
Valdez set, and that pitch is hit to the right side. That'll be into the net.
yeah, she called. Said they were going through his attic or something. Called him over uniform and they were going to send it to me. I said I would take it to
It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Was that,
That was over a week ago. I still haven't gotten it, so I don't know. That's,
but it was it from Kingsbury?
I don't know.
1-2 as Valdez will
She just said he was so small.
look up back the runner at second base.
Just have to see. That was,
Now the 0-2 or the 1-2 misses low. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Billy Jones, the guy that did that little induction year day.
Oh,
He
yeah.
actually pitched in the major leagues. He was 27 and 27
Really?
in the major league.
A's trail by 1, trying to keep that run from scoring at second, and now it's gone full. It's 3-2
Close to 20
to
starts
Riley Spetz,
in the 80s.
and it's Stuart Larson on deck. Larson has accounted for both RBIs in this ballgame for the Storm.
That was awesome, actually.
The payoff from Valdez is lined into right. That'll be out of the reach of Barry. That'll fall in front of Moses, who lost the handle on the transfer, and that will allow the run to score. If Moses plays that cleanly, there might be a play at the plate. But it'll just be a single and an RBI.
That plaque that they had, the people that made the plaques, this one.
Really?
Third baseman Stuart Larson.
So it's a 3-1 game. It'll be Stuart Larson, who's 2 for 2. He's singled twice, and he's got a sac fly. As it's a called strike and a fastball on the outside from Valdez, 0-1.
Street sign.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that 1-out walk comes back to hurt Valdez.
Years of doing the same thing he did, I think.
Now he'll throw over to the runner at first, and Spetz will get back easily.
What's Jane doing?
Yard work. She likes
She likes that.
putting rain down. She likes doing that kind of stuff.
The 0-1 is fouled, and it's 0-2.
Big pile of mulch. We got
Back to the
mulch on
backstop.
dog, and most of the dirt
Goes that
left
foul
in
ball.
our driveway.
So Valdez needs one more strike to get out of the inning.
A pile of mulch with a pile
In a
of
game that the A's now trail 3-1.
bushes we clipped.
Runner off on the pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. And that's the strikeout, and the inning will end.
So that's kind of what she's enjoying.
So Valdez strikes out 2, but he also allows a walk and a base hit, and a run
Don't
scores.
have to worry about doing the work.
And we've completed 6.5. We go to the bottom of the 7th.
All right, baseball fans, I need you
A's have 3 more innings as they trail by 2. It's a 3-1 game. Bottom of the order for the A's is Saltzman will lead it off. It'll be Hunter Berry to follow, and then Weston Nelson. 7, 8, 9 in the order.
This guy's got a fun donation, isn't he?
One of their guys, not the manager, like a GM.
It's 0-1 to Saltzman after a called strike on the outside.
He looks like he's about a sophomore in high
Now
school.
there's a hard ground ball right to the first baseman Grant. He'll pick it up and step on first.
He's doing a decent job, but he's not, he's not walking people.
That's the key thing.
So a 3 unassisted.
When you give up too many bases, the catcher's got too many bases.
Second baseman Hunter Berry.
So now Hunter Berry will step in. Wolkowski's still on the mound. He's gone 6 1/3 so far.
You can understand him.
He's given up 7 base hits, just 1 run. So now there's a pitch high near
Not anymore.
the eyes of Berry.
Too tired.
Giving you plenty of
1-0. Berry has lined into a double play and he is singled. He's 1 for 2. Fastball into dirt, or at the knees, excuse me, for 1-1.
Oh, that's really something.
He'd be inside all the time.
I've never heard of the place where they grind the planes because it's good.
Now there's a fastball. Both thigh high foul to the right side. That'll be out of play. 1-2.
I said that's a good point. I never heard that either.
Now a pitch in the dirt. Check swing.
Well, I tried to get the word out as much as possible.
And the home plate umpire rules that he'll hold up. There'll be no appeal down to first base.
That should be good, I think.
Even though the Storm appeared to want one. So it's a 2-2 count.
That's probably not the idea of the time.
Now there's a hard ground ball and somehow gloved by the third baseman, Larson,
He's gonna go.
playing the hot corner well. It was a hot shot right to him. Took a quick short hop on him and he was able to glove that ball and throw off
Catcher
Berry.
Weston Nelson.
So 2 up, 2 down, and it'll be Weston Nelson, the catcher.
You know, if you go like the week after, it's hardly
A's trail now 3-1.
eighth to choose.
No, I remember this was,
And that's kind of how it worked out last year too. When I was looking at it.
last year we only did Florida put it though.
No, it was.
Because remember Caroline was with us, and I don't think she was ever with us after.
Base is empty, 2 outs in the inning,
That was probably this year.
and it's a called strike.
She always liked that too. She said to me, she said,
On the outer half,
no, I think she's
as
gonna be
Nelson
back.
falls quickly behind 0-1.
Well, one thing I do think we need.
Now that one misses high and away. Evened up at 1-1. Nelson has popped out. Came on a failed bunt attempt. He popped it right back to the pitcher, who snagged it out of the air. And he's also grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Curveball, and that's swung on and missed. And the 1-2 pitch was in the dirt. And the catcher will throw out, or throw over to first to secure the strikeout, and that will end the inning. So the A's go in order in the 7th, and we will head to the 8th inning as the Storm still leading the A's. It's 3-1.
first inning. and then-
Another new pitcher on the mound. It's John Vanderplug. So from one lefty reliever to the next, Valdez and now Vanderplug. Valdez goes just one inning. He strikes out 2, gives up a single and a walk as well and a run. And Vanderplug will have Rosinski to lead it off, and the first pitch is fouled out of play. It's to the right side, and it's 0-1. Now a call strike, it's 0-2. To check swing, and looks like the umpire rules that he went on the swing. And that's the first out of the inning.
Center fielder, Tyler Brown.
So now it's Tyler Brown. The center fielder has flown out, struck out, and singled. 1 for 3 tonight. And he looks at one in the dirt, blocked by Nelson. 1-0. A's trail 3-1. Now that pitch just misses off the outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And there's a fastball, and Vanderplug blew it by him. So it's 2-1. Now that one is a fly ball into right, and Josh Moses will make a sliding effort. It looked like he initially had it, but it'll fall to the grass, does the ball, and that's going to be a single. Didn't really look like Moses was sliding to make the catch. It looked more like he just sort of slipped it as he was making the catch.
Number 13, Connor Yackel.
And we have a pinch hitter. It's number 13, Connor Yackel.
Pinch hitting for the Storm, Connor Yackel.
So pinch hitting for Eric Erb, the right fielder. I'm sure if Yackel will just take Erb's spot or not in the outfield. But for now, he'll take the spot in the batting order with a runner at first. It's now 0-1. 1 out in the inning. A's already trail 3-1, trying to keep the deficit at 2. The A's are running out of outs on offense. They have just the 8th and 9th inning. 6 outs left. So that pitch misses high for a ball. It's a ball and a strike. Now a pickoff attempt from Vanderplug. The runner will be back in easily. It's still a 1-1 count. Now there's a fastball off the outside. 2-1 to Yackel. Vanderplug set. About neck high in the 2-1. Fastball outside. Nearly got away from Weston Nelson. Had to react quickly to grab that one. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Vanderplug's 3-1. This is outside. That'll be ball 4. And now there's runners at first and second with 1 out. So Yackel comes off the bench and he walks on 5 pitches. As Harry Stout will have a chat with his pitcher.
Pitcher Chris Volkansky.
So now it's Chris Volkansky, the pitcher. Still batting in the 8th spot. First pitch fastball about on the outside, and bell tie for a called strike, 0-1. One fastball, this time missing outside. Near the bottom of the zone, it's 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. Came inside. Volkansky couldn't catch up to it. 1-2. Vanderplug, a look over to second. Now he's coming to the plate, and this is low. 2-2. One out in the inning. Runners at first and second. Brown singled. Yackel, the pinch hitter, fouled with a walk. Swinging a foul. Volkansky just got a piece of it as he fouled it straight back. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Volkansky, it's the number 9 hitter, Ethan Bartles, is on deck. Vanderplug now comes inside, misses. And it will now be a full count, 3-2. Vanderplug, who doesn't want to load the bases with 1 out, is going to be forced to come into the zone. 3-2 foul. That was to the right side in the net. So we'll do it again. It's still a full count. Now Vanderplug's payoff again. A fastball, and it's a called 3rd strike. Volkansky thought it was ball 4. Umpire disagreed, and he calls him out looking. So that's a big pitch there.
Ethan Bartles.
On the 3-2 pitch, he gets the call on the corner, so instead of bases loaded and just 1 out, there's 2 outs, runners at first and second for Bartles, the 9-hole hitter. And Bartles is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, flown out, and struck out, and he swings and misses on the first pitch from Vanderplug. On a pitch up and out away, it's 0-1. Now Vanderplug pours in another strike on the inner half, and at the knees it's 0-2. So a strike away from getting out of the inning is Vanderplug. A's already trail 3-1, trying to keep that deficit at 2. And there's a fastball outside. That's off the glove of Weston Nelson. They throw it on the third, will not be in time. And that'll be another pass ball. It's the 4th on Nelson in this ball game, who struggled to say the least behind the plate so far. So that allows both runners to advance. Tyler Brown goes up to 3rd. And Connor Yackel goes to 2nd. So now there's 2 runners in scoring position. It is a 1-2 count, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And there's a fastball up. Letter high, evened up at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strike to count, 2 outs in the inning, and there's 2 runners on base. As now Vanderplug will step off. Now Vanderplug back of the mound, looking and waiting for a sign. He gets what he wants. He's set, and the 2-2 is swung on and missed, and Vanderplug strikes out the side. He does allow a single and a walk, but no runs come across. So we have now completed 7.5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. A's need some runs, as they'll have the top of the order. They trail 3-1.
Moses.
Josh Moses will lead it off. It's the top of the order. A's need 2 runs to tie, 3 to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. And it's a called strike to Moses, who is 0 for 3. As now he takes a called strike, and it's 0 for 2. The first game in a while where Josh Moses has been held quiet in the lineup. As he takes a fastball high, a ball and 2 strikes. Last night he went 4 for 4. Now there's a curveball that's in the dirt and pops high in the air into the backstop, and it moves it even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's Mark Warner and then Harry Stout to follow. And if anyone reaches, Mitch Sutton, the cleanup hitter, will bat in the inning. And there's a close pitch, missing just offside. Umpire could have rung it up. Instead, it's ball 3. It's a full count. Wilkonski still on the mound, and his payoff pitch is lined into center, but right at the center fielder. That's going to be an out. A line drive right to Brown in center.
Left fielder, Mark Warner.
Not much Moses can do. He waited back on a breaking ball, and he hit it hard. He just hit it in the wrong spot. So 1 up, 1 down for Mark Warner. So now he hits a little fly ball, and that'll be caught. Sounded like he broke his bat. So 2 up, 2 down to begin it
Third
quickly.
baseman, Harry Stout.
So Moses hits a line drive into center. Warner hits a fly ball in the left. And it'll be Harry Stout. And Stout hits that one high and deep into center. Tyler Brown is going to give it a look, and that one's going to be off the base of the fence, and Stelt is going to try in the second. He hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark, and he missed a home run by just a few feet, but it will put the, or it will bring up the tying run to the plate in Mitch Sutton. That's hit number 301 for the career of
First
Harry
baseman
Stelt.
Mitch Sutton.
After getting hit 300 last night, that's his first hit tonight. And Stelt is now 1 for 4.
Come on, Mitch. Get it, Mitch.
Mitch is 2 for 3. He's singled twice, and in both his singles, he advanced to second on error. Once on the left fielder, once on the right fielder, and on the first pitch, he pops it up on the infield. And making the call on the catch in the second base bag is a shortstop Spets, and that will end the inning. So the A's get a 2-out base runner on the double from Stelt, but they still trail as they cannot score a run. We head to the final inning. The A's need to hold the Storm off the scoreboard as they try and come back. They trail, score 3-1. Vanderplug is back on the mound for his second inning of relief, and he'll have the top of the order. It'll be Mitch Egan to lead it off as he looks to bunt, did Egan, and he pulls it back a pitch high as that goes to the backstop over the glove of Nelson, 1-0. In his first inning, Vanderplug allowed a couple of base runners on a single and a walk, but he also got 3 strikeouts. And now there's a bunt, and it's put in a perfect spot down the third base line, and the grass deadened that ball before it could roll foul. So it's an infield single on the
First
bunt.
baseman Kevin Grant.
So Egan will stand at first. Nobody out in the inning for Kevin Grant. And the first pitch is a cue shot foul to the first base coach, and it's 0-1. Stelt was creeping in from third base on the grass. In case that the batter Grant was looking to bunt over the runner. Was swinging away on the first pitch. And now he'll swing away again as that's foul into the net. 0-2. That time Stelt was not coming into the grass. So it's an 0-2 count. There's a throw over to first. Runner will be back in time safely. 3-1 is the score. The Storm lead. A's trying to cut into the lead that the Storm have. It's a 1.5 game lead for the Storm in the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. As there's a swing and a miss. There's a strikeout. And of the 4 outs that Vanderplug has recorded, all 4 of them have come via the strikeout.
Shortstop, Riley Spence.
So now it's Riley Spetz, who started the night 0 for 2. Since then, he's gone 2 for 2 with a triple, a run scored, and a single and an RBI. So he swings and misses. Pitch down and in, and he swung over the top of it. 0-1. The triple came in the 6th, and he scored in the sac fly from Stuart Larson, and at that time it gave the Storm a 2-1 lead. And he eventually singled in Mitch Egan that gave the Storm their 3rd run of the ball game. So that one misses high and away. A ball and a strike. Vanderplug, a long look to the runner at first. He's coming to the plate with the 1-1 pitch. It's down low. 2-1. Vanderplug is a left-handed pitcher, so he gets a direct view of the runner taking a lead off of first base. Now the 2-1 misses down and away. 3-1 to Spetz with Stuart Larson, the 3rd baseman and cleanup hitter for the Green Bay Storm, on deck. Now a throw over to first. Egan will be back in standing. Nelson laying down the signs. Vanderplug gets the sign he's looking for. He's coming to the plate. The 3-1 is a fastball on the outside corner. In the middle of the zone on the outer half. Just catching the corner. It's a full count, 3-2. And a swing and a foul straight back. Spetz just got a piece to stay alive. It was a similar location to the last pitch. In the middle of the zone on the outer half. Now the payoff again with a runner going is swung on and lined up the middle. That'll be into center. That's a base hit. And with the runner off in the pitch, Egan will go all the way to 3rd base. So that'll put runners on the corners. Brad Young made a diving attempt up the middle to try and knock that ball down, but it was out of his reach.
3rd baseman, Stuart Larson.
So a hard hit single puts runners on the corners. It'll be Stuart Larson. A's already trail 3-1. The double play to get him out of the inning, and the first pitch misses off the outside, and the runner is off from the pitch, and it'll be a stolen base without a throw, so no more double play possible. As now the infield will play in all around. It's a 1-0 count, trying to keep the deficit at 2. And Vanderplug comes up and in, and it's fouled back. And Vanderplug jammed him. There's 1 out in the inning. Runner at 3rd is Egan. Runner at 2nd is Riley Spetz, who just stole the base after he singled a few moments ago. Swing and a foul. So 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That's the 5th strikeout, and Vanderplug has struck out 5 of 5 potential outs.
Catcher Kyle Rosinski.
So now it's Kyle Mrozinski and Vanderplug. If he can strike out this batter, he'll strike out the side in 2 innings. He's got 5 already. The first pitch to Mrozinski is fouled straight back, 0-1. Fastball up in the zone. Infield goes back to their normal positions with 2 outs in the inning. They can just play the batter. Rosinski's been retired twice. He's flown out and struck out. He's also walked and singled. The 0-1 from Vanderplug. This is inside. About knee high. 1-1. Vanderplug gets the sign from Nelson. 1-1 fastball, and this is high. A few inches above the zone, it's 2-1. The 2-1 offering is swung on and hit in the left. It should be playable. And making the running catch will be Mark Warner in short left. That's the first non-strikeout recorded from Vanderplug. And he gets out of the mess. So Vanderplug goes 2 full innings. He strikes out 5 of the 6 outs he gets. Does allow 4 base runners in the 2 innings. But more importantly, no runs. So they'll go to the bottom of the 9th. A's have their final 3 outs. They trail by 2. Score is the Storm leading 3-1. A's need the bats to come alive. They trail by 2. It's 3-1. As Chris Wilkowski looking for the complete game. And Ryan on the first pitch swings and misses. The DH for the A's tonight, he's singled twice. Came in the 2nd and 4th innings. And then he flew out in the 6th. He's 2 for 3. There's a called strike, a fastball inside, 0-2. A's need 1 base runner to bring up the tying run to the plate. If they can get 2, the go-ahead run, or the tying run will go on base, and the go-ahead run will come to bat. So to begin, the A's need base runners. As the first pitch misses outside, it's 1-2. It's Adam Ryan, Brad Young, and Chris Saltzman. It's the 5, 6, 7 spots in the order. As Ryan gets a fastball inside, as it looked like it nearly hit him. But it's a ball. It's 2-2. Now there's a curveball that's in the dirt. Down low, and it's a full count. Now the full count offering. It's a fastball that just missed. Looked like it might have been just a bit high. And it looked like the umpire ruled it was more inside, as Wolkonski was slightly upset with the call, and it's the first walk allowed by Wolkonski. The first walk for the A's, and it puts the tying run up to the plate. As we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Looks like Wolkonski is going to stay in the game. Manager's maybe just saying how he's feeling. He's gone 8 innings. I'm going to try and ask him to try and go all 9. And then that will now bring up Brad Young as the manager will walk back to the dugout.
Brad Young.
Of the 9 base runners the A's have had, 7 have been singles. There was 1 double that was in the last inning, and now the walk by Ryan. And now Brad Young lines that one into left field. That's a base hit. A solid single in the left, and that puts 2 runners on. And all of a sudden, with nobody out, the A's are going to bring the go-ahead run to the plate.
Center fielder, Chris Salzman.
Brad Young wasted no time. He got a pitch he could handle, and he lined it in the left. And now the manager will come back out to the mound, and now it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So with that, we're going to take a quick break as the new pitcher warms up. Current situation, A's trail 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 9th, but there's nobody out, and there's 2 runners on base, as Chris Saltzman will be batting, representing the go-ahead run. We'll be back to introduce the new pitcher for the Green Bay Storm.
Pinch running for Brad Young at first base, Cole McClavic.
So other than the pitching change, we also have a pinch runner. Cole McClavic is coming into first. He'll pinch run for Brad Young. McClavic represents now the tying run. The new pitcher is number 19. It's Riley Spetz, who was playing shortstop, as Wolkonski just switched his places. So Wolkonski from the mound to short, and Spetz from short to the mound.
Center fielder, Chris Salzman.
Chris Saltzman now will step in, and he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Saltzman has singled twice. He's also grounded into a 3 unassisted. He's 2 for 3. And the 0-1 is popped up. Medium center field. And Tyler Brown will make the catch. That's the first out. So that's 1 out. It'll now bring up Hunter Berry.
Second baseman, Hunter Berry.
Berry has singled. He's lined into a double play. And he's also grounded out. He's 1 for 3 tonight. A's need 2 to tie, 3 to ultimately take the lead and take the win. And the potential tying run is at first base. There's 1 out in the inning. It's a 1-0 count to Berry. McClavic has good speed. If Berry can find a gap, he might be able to score from first. And there's a ground ball right to Wilkonski at short. The throw down to first is going to be wide. And that's going to be a run to score as that ball gets out of play. A's score a run. Should have been a 6-4-3 double play to end the game. Instead, the A's will live for at least 1 more batter.
Pinch hitter, 20. Jake Arns, pinch hitting.
So it goes as a 6-4 fielder's choice.
Pinch hitting for Sheboygan, number 29, Jake Arns.
And E4 allows a run to score and allows Berry to go to second. McClavic is put out on the play, who was at first trying to go to second. Ryan is the one to score. It's a 3-2 game, and we have a new pinch hitter. It's Jake Arns in for Weston Nelson. So Nelson finishes night 0 for 3. And Arns will bat with the tying run at second base. Berry has good speed, so just a base hit into the outfield should tie this game. And after Arns, it's the top of the order. There are 2 outs in the inning, so it's up to Arns. And there's a called strike. Arns quickly down to the count 0-1. It's a breaking ball outside. Good block. Kozinski able to keep it in front. That keeps Berry from going to third base. It's now a 1-1 count. And now Arns, it's a little dribbler down the third base line. That's going to be a fair ball. And the throw is going to be not in time. The runner's safe. The entire Green Bay infield thought the runner was out. And they're actually, it looks like they're going to rule that a foul ball. And now they're going to rule him out in the inning, and the game is over. So it ends on a 5-3 ground out. Initially it looked like the umpires called him safe, and then they put their hands up like it was a foul ball. The umpires discussed it before they ruled Arns out. So the inning ends on what just goes down as a 5-3 ground out.
I want to thank you for coming out to Wildwood Baseball Park.
And the A's fall by a final score of 3-2. They make it interesting in the bottom of the ninth. The win goes to Chris Wilkonski, who goes 8+ innings. He pitched into the 9th inning. He gives up 2 runs, 1 earned. As the A's fall to 13-7 overall and 5-3 in the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. The Green Bay Storm moved to 4-1 in the New Bowl. And they now have a 2-game
Final line
lead, or
score
a
for tonight's
2.5
game.
game lead over the
Green Bay,
A's.
3 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors. They left 11 men on. Sheboygan had 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. They left 7 men on. Winning pitcher, Chris Volkonski. The save goes to Riley Spetz. Losing pitcher, Eric Schmitz.
Final line, the Storm get their 3 runs, 9 hits. They commit 4 errors. The A's with 2 runs, they also had 9 hits and just 1 error. A's had their chances on offense tonight. They just couldn't get the big base hits to bring in the runs. Eric Schmitz pitched well. He gave up 2 runs and only 1 of them was earned, as he'll take the tough luck loss. Save for the Storm goes to Riley Spetz, who came in the 9th with the bases, or with men at first and second, where he got a flyout, a ground, and 2 groundouts to end the game. So that'll do it for us tonight. A's are on a bit of a vacation, a 4-day break. Next game is Monday. That'll be home here against the Menasha Max. That'll be another Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League game, as they have neither a home game nor a road game until Monday. I'm Joey Grundle. I'll have your voice, or I'll have your call for that. First pitch on that Monday will be 7:30. We'll have another home game on Tuesday to follow. It'll be against the De Pere Dodgers before they hit the road for a few games. So that'll do it for tonight. The A's fall 3-2 against the Green Bay Storm, as we sign out here on the SheboyganA's.com broadcast.